Brevon, I'm courtside, you know what time it is. It's
Sports plus life. Sports plus life.
ringside or front court or field pass, we ballin', no. Knuckle up or buckle up, I tell it like it is when I'm on my show. Home run, slam dunk, knockout, or gossip though.
Sports plus life.
Yeah.
Sports plus life.
Yo, 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 yo. What's up? What's really good? It's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life. Well, we got a lot of stuff we got to talk about. You know, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I did a podcast, almost 2 weeks. But guess what? Guess what? Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it all the way off. Now, yeah. You know, I kind of come in usually, you know, more hyped up, more energy, with more energy. I'll explain that in a minute, but please allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brandon Brevon Towns. This here is Sports Plus Life, that there's sports podcast where we talk about all of the necessary things in sports and all of the necessary things in life as well. Now, it's been almost 2 weeks since the last time I did a podcast because this past week, like I said, I've been back to work. I worked 5 days last week, extra day. My son's birthday is Thursday, so I wanted to have this week off. I'm actually on vacation. And the week before, I honestly, my son had caught a cold and he spread it through. He spread it through the whole damn house. So, I really didn't have the voice to do a podcast. When I felt like I had a cold, well, I ain't no feel like I did. I really couldn't do one 2 weeks ago, and then last week, like I said, I was super busy. I had my first doctor's appointment since I got sick, since I had my stroke. But it's a lot to talk about. A lot has happened over the past couple of weeks. Maybe did a couple of quick things on YouTube, like, you know, the Olympics. Football is back. The crazy bonanza of the NBA free agency. So we're going to get into all of that. But when I woke up this morning, I looked at my phone and my sister had sent me a text message informing me that one of my friends that I grew up with, that I graduated with, had passed away. And, you know, like I literally had just woke up and looked at my phone and saw that text message. So that was like a right cross or an uppercut as soon as you wake up to find out something like that. My friend Chris Meekins, I've known him since sixth grade. Known him since about sixth grade. That's a long time ago. You know, that was Fairfield Middle School was a very long time ago. And come to find out that, unfortunately, he had a heart attack last night, and he was not unable to be saved. My prayers definitely go out to him and his family, and it hurts. It hurts. It really hurts because Meek hit me up while, you know, when I was in the hospital, and I was just in the hospital less than a month ago. He hit me up. He hit my sister up to send prayers my way when I was dealing with my sudden illness. But this sucks, man. This sucks. This hurts because, yes, we came out of high school 20 years ago. But in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of life, and I put this on Facebook earlier today, and I tagged a lot of my classmates who walked with me on that day, June 13th, 2001. And if there was anybody who I forgot to tag, you know, it's just been a lot going through my mind. Anybody from my school, my class, I love you dearly with all my heart and my soul. But like I said, in the grand scheme of things in life, we're still very young. We're in our 30s. You know, we're still in our 30s. We're in our late 30s, but we're still very young. You know, a lot of us still have very young kids. I know my son, like I said, he's getting ready to be 10 years old on Thursday. I have a 5-year-old daughter. I know plenty of my classmates who still have kids that are very young. Sean, you know, he's been on the show a couple times. My brother, Sean, he has two young kids, you know, very young kids. So it's way too soon to be saying goodbye, our final goodbye to somebody who's an 80s baby, somebody who was born 1983, just like me. He's 2 weeks older than me. He's born on the 4th of July. My birthday is the 19th of July. And it just, it hurts. Because one thing, when situations like this happen, the first thing that you do is you literally immediately come in contact with your own mortality. And it really makes you, hopefully, because a lot of things happen on the spur of the moment. We're all hurt, Holland Springs class of 2001, Holland Springs in general. If you knew Chris, in fact, if you knew Chris, you're hurt right now. You're hurting today. You're going to be hurting the next couple of days. In the spirit of the moment, we always say we were going to do this and we're going to do that. And eventually you start falling back into the same old habits. That's something, we got to chill on that. Like if we say that we're going to do things, to make ourselves, to keep ourselves healthy, to make ourselves be here longer for our family, for ourselves, then we got to do that. Tanisha, one of my classmates, Facebook friend, she put out a couple of weeks ago a post saying, are we going to have a reunion or what? And, everybody, who was in the class of 2001 was like, yeah, that's dope. I was like, ole do it. Hey, but all jokes aside, like, we really need to get up and we need to get up, say what's up, spend some time together. All of us need to let each other know, that we're still here. We love each other and we care. And, we still want to hear from these people, not just after 20 years of high school, but even 20 more years down the road. You know what I mean? I know it might be a little deep, but it just, it is what it is. I love everybody. I love every single person that I went to school with. I love every single person who's made a difference in my life. And I'm not going to lie. Yes, this is bothering me. It really is bothering me because we should not be losing these people this early in life. And I know Chris, it lived every day to the fullest, but it is way, way too soon. I felt this way when I lost my cousin 3 years ago, Dwayne Washington, through a tragic car accident. He's my cousin, and also we graduated the same year, class of 2001, Holland Springs. Too soon. We got to get up. We do. And on not just to celebrate what we accomplished 20 years ago, but also to pay tribute and honor to our fallen classmates. I really believe that. And like I said, you come into contact with your own mortality and you realize you are not promised tomorrow. When I was on the phone with my sister earlier this morning, she told me, she said, you do realize that could have been you. To her, she was saying this to me, that, a month ago when you had your stroke, that could have been you. And all I can say is, I know. The hospital told me because I slept on it for a day. kind of literally and figuratively. I didn't know what the hell was happening in my body. So, I'm a man. I don't know. I'm just going to run to the hospital. But they told me, they said, you went back to sleep when you started realizing that you were losing your balance, and when you fell, when your kids were trying to hug you, said you went back to sleep. I said, yeah. They said, you're lucky you woke up. We got to take care of ourselves, man. We have got to take care of ourselves. I look at myself to be so blessed to be in a position where I am able to go back to work, where I don't have any physical limitations. The vision sometimes can still be jacked up, but I feel so blessed. And then when I look this morning to find out what happened to somebody who's the same age as me, somebody who I've known for damn near all of my life, to find out something like that, somebody who reached out to me when I was in the hospital, to find out something like that happens is a serious punch in the gut. It's a punch in the gut. And it is a sobering reminder, such a sobering reminder that life doesn't promise you nothing. And Chris was doing very well in life. But life promises you nothing. Nothing at all. And we have to live every day and appreciate everybody, especially appreciate everybody who means well in your life. Everybody. Because we just don't know when the Heavenly Father is going to call us home. We have no idea. It might be a shock to us because we're merely just human. But the man upstairs, he knows when our calendar is about to run out. Is it fair? Hell no. 38 years old? Hell no. But that's why we have to seriously not take the things that we take for granted. If I said that right. You know, we take a lot of things for granted because in hindsight, at the time, it might not be that important to us. But when you find out something like we've all found out, you start taking a look at things a little bit deeper and realizing, well, damn, how much time do I have left? You know, like I said, we may have come out of high school 20 years ago, but in the grand scheme of life, we are all still very, very young. We're still very young. But we are getting to an age where health gets more important every day. Health gets more important every day. When I say we're still very, very young, we're not in our 20s. We're not teenagers. We're not in our early 20s. We're not in our late 20s. But we shouldn't be saying our final goodbyes to a friend, a classmate, and brother at the age of 38. We just should not be doing that. But I don't know. It's like I said, it's tough. It's tough. Rest in peace, brother. Rest easy, my friend. And again, prayers to your family and to everybody out there, my HS01 family. I love you guys, man. I really do. Every last one of you. I freaking love the hell out of you guys. And we've got to get up. We have got to get up, you know, pandemic or no pandemic. You know, we just have to be responsible. But we've got to get up. I don't know how many of you guys are vaccinated. I am. We gotta make something happen. And again, like I said, I love you guys. Meek, I love you, bro. So now I'm gonna get into the business of sports. So without further ado, let's get to it. Oh yeah. Before I've been meaning to say something about this for a while now. Right before I get into the sports. What the hell is this about Facebook jail? I mean, I've never been put in it, but are you serious? I guess if you say whatever, Facebook can put you in quote unquote jail where you can't be on Facebook? Like what kind of shit is that? Boy, when I tell you freedom of speech ain't free no more, I swear for God, man. That is some bullshit. Facebook jail. Get out of here, man. You know, because I done had about 4 or 5 people come up to me and be like, yo, you know, I'm in Facebook jail. What the hell is that? Man, let Cootie out. I demand your immediate release. I'm serious. I demand your immediate release. And anybody else who's in punk-ass Facebook jail, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, let me get to the sports. Oh, man, so much stuff has been going on between, like I said, the Olympics, between football kicking off with the Hall of Fame game last week, with the free agency in basketball. That's where I'm going to start off with. Boy, oh boy, look at what the Los Angeles Lakers have done. My Lakers have loaded up. They have loaded up on free agency. And, it's a play to keep up with Brooklyn, the team 3,000 miles away. But, there's only one thing that's kind of got me concerned is that they owe. Lakers have loaded up on some senior citizens of the NBA. Now, look, the trade for Russell Westbrook. Now, look, I was so on that just because I think about the shooting that the Lakers need to do. Now, I've said this before, that ever since Kobe retired from the league, my favorite player has been Russell Westbrook. Biatch. Second has been Jimmy Butler, because they get it. I mean, Russell Westbrook, he doesn't do that load managing stuff. He does not cheat the game at all. He leaves it out there on the floor every night. So, and he's from LA, so he would be coming home. So that really like motivates me, because I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm just dealing with LeBron right now because he's in the purple and gold. Now, the stuff he does off the basketball court, I can separate the two. But when it comes to just the basketball player, I'm not a LeBron fan, not really because of his game, but because whenever he falls short, there's always too many damn apologies, always somebody else's fault. That really irritates me. But I really want to see Russell Westbrook get a ring. And then on top of that, then they bring in Carmelo Anthony and Dwight Howard. Like, how many times is Dwight Howard going to be a Laker? This is his third time with the Lakers. Like, bro, you shouldn't have left after the championship last year. You took a money grab to Philadelphia. Okay, I'm not going to knock you for it. But, I mean, just to come right back to L.A., bro, why don't you just stay a Laker for the rest of your career? I mean, not to mention you was a Laker back in 2012. You know what I'm saying? With Kobe and Gasol and Ron Artest. But, man, I tell you, boy, them Lakers sure do look. If you put all of those players that the Lakers got, all of these age-old veterans, we sure would look good in NBA 2K13. Boy, I tell you, we got that 2000 Olympic squad and 2012 Olympic squad down packed. I mean, we done traded for Westbrook, bought in Melo, bought in Dwight Howard, brought Trevor Ariza back, he another one. Still got Marc Gasol, who I honestly wish they would get rid of. I mean, all jokes aside, I'd rather have Pau Gasol, and he in his 40s. Honestly. And it's not because I don't think Marc Gasol can't play. It's just he is like, last year, he was just like a glacier. He was just like, he was like a statue, particularly when it came to defense. I would have preferred them let Gasol go and find a way to keep Andre Drummond, who ended up going to the Philadelphia 76ers, which kind of surprised me because you're going to Philadelphia to be a backup. You're in the prime of your career. You're still in your 20s. You're a two-time All-Star, and you're going to play 1 year as a backup? I mean, good for the Sixers when it comes to depth, but they have a lot more issues with them. Well, as far as the Philadelphia 76ers are concerned, they re-signed Danny Green. Okay, that's all well and good. You got to figure out what's going on with Ben Simmons, because I don't see him being there next year, but that's another topic. As far as the Lakers go, like I said, LeBron sent out a tweet, kind of, I guess, irritated, saying everybody keep that same energy. But this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing when it comes to what the Lakers are doing this offseason. Remember 4 years ago, after Kyrie left Cleveland to go to Boston, and then Cleveland just loaded up on names. They loaded up on names. They brought in Isaiah Thomas, who the previous season had an MVP caliber season. They brought in Jay Crowder. They brought in Derrick Rose. They brought in Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade even came to Cleveland. They brought in all of these names, and come when it was the trade deadline of that season, the 2017-2018 season, it wasn't working out. So you know what happened? Everybody got traded. Like everybody. Jay Crowder got traded. Isaiah Thomas got traded. Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade, everybody was gone. And it was just LeBron and Kevin Love back in Cleveland. This is kind of what that feels like. This feels like we're loading up on a bunch of names, and we're going to see what happens, because we have got to do something to keep up with the team in the East known as the Brooklyn Nets, who have been making their own moves. They re-signed Blake Griffin. They brought in Patty Mills. And, of course, they still have Kevin Durant, who's the best player in the world, and Kyrie Irving and James Harden. So it looks like, and remember, in 2017, Cleveland did all of that stuff to try to match Golden State, because Golden State had just beat them in the finals. So this is what this feels like. And this feels like, if come trade deadline, if this stuff isn't working, all of these guys are signed to one-year deals. I firmly believe that if this is not working, if the Lakers aren't number 1 or number 2 in the West come trade deadline of next season, I believe you'll see Ariza get traded. I believe you'll see Melo, Dwight Howard. I believe you'll see them out of here. They brought in a couple young guys, Malik Monk and Kendrick Nunn from Miami. But I believe if this doesn't work out, you will see a lot of these dudes get traded. I think the only person who I would sit here and say for sure would not get traded would be Westbrook. I don't think you would see Westbrook getting traded if things aren't working out according to plan during the trade deadline. But everybody else, oh yeah, I could see them going. I mean, it has that same feel to it. So, I mean, on paper, the Lakers look two things. They look like they should be the favorite in the West, and they look old. They look old by NBA years, honestly. Again, I am a diehard Laker fan. Russell Westbrook being a Laker actually makes me very happy. But like I said, when it is time, through the grit and grind of a season, and I believe we're going back to 82 games this year, are we gonna have it in the tank? Well, are we gonna have it in the tank? I'm not worried about. Honestly, the two players on the Lakers, I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about LeBron yet. Now, if he has another nagging injury, that means Father Time is not only tapping him on the shoulder, it's pushing him in the back, saying, nigga, turn around. But as of right now, I'm not yet worried about LeBron, and I'm not worried about Westbrook. Anthony Davis's check engine light is always on. So, yes, I'm always going to be worried about him, and I'm worried about everybody else. Now, we didn't get rid of Horton Tucker. I'm good with that. I'm happy about that, because he's a talented player. He's a talented player, and I think the Lakers know that. But everybody else, we shall see, because the Lakers have done a lot. They have done a lot. Like I said, boy, they would look good on NBA 2K13. You got like all of those guys that you got, their ratings would be in the mid to high 90s, for real. But it ain't 2K13. We are coming up on the 2021-2022 season, okay? And man, like I said, LeBron 37, Melo 37, Dwight Howard 36, Marc Gasol 36, Trevor Ariza 36, Russell Westbrook 32, about to be 33. Oh man, that's a lot. It is definitely a lot. Wayne Ellington, forgot about him. Wayne Ellington 33, his second time on the Lakers. It's like, goodness gracious. So I hope it worked. Like I said, the people I'm rooting for the most, outside of course me being a Lakers fan, I would love to see Westbrook get a ring. I'd love to see Melo get a ring too. I definitely would. I didn't think he was going to leave Portland, but it didn't surprise me. I actually think Portland may be in rebuild mode by the time the season starts. Now, as far as the rest of free agency, it's been interesting. It's been interesting. Chris Paul did the smart thing by staying with Phoenix. I didn't think he was going to get that much money. I thought he was going to get $90 million to $100 million. I didn't think he was going to get $120 million. But That's, of course, this is Chris Paul's last big contract of his career. He knows that. He cashed in, so good for him. Like I said, when he got traded to Phoenix last year, I was like, what the hell? You ain't winning no title with Phoenix? Well, you just had your best opportunity because you were just in the finals. You proved me and everybody else wrong about the ceiling for the Phoenix Suns for this past season. The only thing I'm going to say about that is unless catastrophic injuries strike the NBA again, Phoenix ain't going to the NBA Finals this next coming up season. I don't know. No way. No way. Now, I believe they could be a major player. I see them possibly being a conference final team, even though as of right now, I still would think I'm not sleeping on Golden State. They're getting Clay back. Who knows? They might have Ben Simmons as well. They haven't really done anything as far as free agency is concerned. I know everybody thought that they were gonna. Make a big deal for another star player because they had 2 high draft picks. None of that happened. But I still see Golden State as being a threat. And again, in free agency, let's see who's made the most noise. Now, Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry ended up going to Miami, which kind of surprises me because I thought he was going to end up in Philly. But he's another one. Like Chris Paul, this is his last big contract. You go to Florida, no state income taxes. But Miami low-key has a squad. They low-key have a squad. If you look at the players that they have, now, am I saying, are they better than Brooklyn? No. Are they better than Milwaukee? No. But if you look at their team now, you've added Kyle Lowry with Jimmy Butler, who also read up. Bam Adebayo, he just finished winning the gold medal. I'll get into that in a minute. So you got Lowry, Butler, Bam. You just you still have Tyler Hero. You read up Duncan Robinson. You also brought back Victor Oladipo, which I think is very interesting because, he just read up for a 1-year deal. Over the last 3 seasons, his issue has been health. But if he stays healthy, he's an all-star caliber player. Now, I don't see any bigs, if you will, on that team outside of Bam. But low-key, Miami has a squad. They have a squad. They may be the 3rd best team in the East. Quite possibly the 3rd best team in the East. Because with Philadelphia, you have, Milwaukee's the defending champions. You have Brooklyn. And I don't know what the hell is going on with Philadelphia. I really don't. Because now you got Ben Simmons not even returning phone calls. He's completely ignoring the Philadelphia 76ers, which is letting me know that I guess he wants to get the hell out of Dodge. But quite frankly, and I've been a supporter of Ben Simmons has brought all of this stuff on himself. I mean, he clearly has not prioritized improving the offensive aspect of his game. He has clearly brought all of this on himself. He's the one who had the meltdown in the series against Atlanta. The Atlanta Hawks had no business beating the Philadelphia 76ers. 2 things. 1, that series should have never went to Game 7. And 2, Philadelphia damn sure ain't had no business losing Game 7 on their home floor. And then when Ben Simmons all of a sudden has a meltdown. So no, if anything, Ben Simmons should want to redeem himself to his Philadelphia teammates and to the city of Philadelphia. But you know what? Athletes nowadays just ain't built that way. They're not. And I have been a supporter of Ben Simmons, so I don't know what the hell is going on in Philadelphia. I really don't. I have no idea. It's a lot of turmoil in the city of brotherly love. So I can't right now put them ahead of the Miami Heat just based on the moves that the Miami Heat has made. 2 other teams in the Eastern Conference that have made some good deals, good moves, the New York Knicks and the Chicago Bulls. Now, the next time I have Tony on here, I'm definitely going to address the Chicago Bulls because he's a Bulls fan, and they have made some moves. Now, do I see them as being a threat in the Eastern Conference? No. Do I think they could possibly make the playoffs? Yeah. I mean, you bring in, you already have Zach LaVine, and you have Vucevic, who was also an all-star, the all-star from Orlando. But now you bring in Lonzo Ball, and then you bring in DeRozan. You bring in DeMar DeRozan, who I was surprised. I was hearing all types of stuff. I was hearing that DeRozan was going to go with Kyle Lowry to Miami or Kyle Lowry to Philly. Now, if Philly had been able to get Lowry and DeRozan, okay. All right, now you're working with something. But instead, Lowry goes to Miami, DeRozan goes to Chicago. So you got Lonzo Ball, DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Vucevic. That's nice. That's cool. That's a cool little lineup. That is. So where do I think that puts you in the East? I don't know. I mean, like I said, do I think that you should make the playoffs with a lineup like that? Sure. I mean, top half of the East, I'm not gonna go that far yet. But then again, like one thing that the NBA has shown is that every year you have a team that can come out of nowhere and do some things. I mean, nobody saw it coming with Miami in the bubble, but you know that was a whole different set of circumstances. But you damn sure didn't see it with Phoenix this year. You really didn't. So who knows? Now the New York Knicks, they read up Julius Randle, and he signed a very team-friendly deal, which is cool, which was good. They read up Derrick Rose, bringing him back. You made a trade. You're bringing in Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier, who was just playing in the gold medal game for France against the United States. So the Knicks, remember, they were the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference last year. They hosted a first-round playoff series against the Atlanta Hawks. So you brought everybody back, plus you've added Kemba, who, if Kemba is healthy, is an all-star, flat out, no debate. If Kemba Walker is healthy, he is deadly, and he's coming home to NY. And one thing about Tom Thibodeau coach teams, he maximizes in the regular season. That's been a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is it's gotten them some pretty high seeds in the playoffs. The bad thing is team ain't got no energy left by the time they get to probably the second round of the playoffs. You know, it just is what it is. But what I like about the Kemba Walker move is that it gets you a legit closer. Not saying that Derrick Rose wasn't, because the revelation of Derrick Rose last year was great. I actually thought Derrick Rose should have been an all-star last year, even though he was coming off the bench. I think he played that well where he should have been an all-star. Julius Randle, the Laker I never wanted to get away. If you're going to have a championship team, right now, he hasn't proven that he'll be your number 1, but he could be a great number 2 or number 3. So I think with the team as currently constructed, you have Kemba and Julius now being a 1 and a 1A for your starting rotation. Now, do I think Tibbs is going to have Derrick Rose and Kemba on the floor? I don't know yet. That'll be interesting to see. But I think really the Knicks need to really concentrate on the development of R.J. Barrett, because I've never been sold on R.J. Barrett. Never. I never thought that he should have been as high a draft pick as he was. 3rd in the draft. I watched him play with Duke. You know, I'm a UVA fan, so I've caught a lot of Duke games. But I never thought R.J. Barrett was that dude. I never did. But you know, if he can become something close to that dude, you know, good for the Knicks. You know, it definitely would bode them well. So, you know, free agency has been crazy. It's not over yet, but the Lakers have made wholesale changes. I believe the Clippers are going to re-up Kawhi Leonard, even though he's probably not going to play this season because of the partially torn hamstring. He's already had surgery. Yo, I didn't heard some stuff about Kawhi that a couple years ago when he first went to the Clippers, that Russell Westbrook was reaching out to him and he just straight up egged Russ and instead went after his teammate Paul George to join him in the Clippers. Yo, Kawhi Leonard is cold-blooded, bruh. Kawhi Leonard is a cold-blooded dude, and it's because he's so quiet, he always gets a pass. It goes under the rug. You know what? Kawhi Leonard gonna have to start producing, especially now with the Clippers. Look, your honeymoon, as far as your title with the Raptors, that shit is over with. That is over and done with. And like I said, the sad part is that we're probably not going to see him next season. So I don't really even see the Clippers as being much of a factor next season in the West. You know, in the West, this is why the Lakers should technically be the favorite, even though they got a bunch of old fogies on the squad. There's no team in the West that is scaring you like that. I mean, this ain't like, you know, when the Warriors and the Spurs were, you know, doing their thing 6-7 years ago. It ain't that time. Or when the Lakers and Spurs and Mavericks were doing their thing, you know, a decade ago, 15 years ago. It just ain't that time. So the Lakers, this year's Lakers, should be the favorite. But they're going to be teams that I believe that are going to come up. I think Phoenix is still going to be formidable. Like I said, I'm not sleeping on Golden State. It wouldn't surprise me if it's the Lakers and Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. Denver, you get Jamal Murray back. Utah, they will still be very formidable. And so we'll see. We'll see with the West. I don't know what to expect from Portland because I don't know if Damian Lillard is going to be there. I don't. And Damian Lillard did not help himself. He did not help his value while playing with Team USA because he did not play well at all. Damian Lillard did not play well at all during the Olympics. And let me transition into the Olympics. The USA men's basketball team did win the gold medal. They did. They lost their first game of, you know, when the game started counting as far as, you know, your ability to win a medal. They lost their first game to France. They won the rest of them, and they capped it off by avenging their loss to France in the gold medal game. Kevin Durant is the best basketball player in the world. Biatch. Period. And I've thought Kevin Durant has been the best player in the world for about the last 5 years. Say what you want about him going to play with Steph, Clay, whatever. I don't care. Nobody is better than this dude on a basketball court. And this is not me trying to throw shots at LeBron or Giannis. I know Giannis just won the title, and I said this last time I did a podcast when I was on the phone with Tony. I would put Giannis at number 3 right now, and really that's because Kawhi Leonard's not healthy, because I would honestly have my top 3 players in the world be KD, LeBron, and Kawhi Leonard. But KD, look, on a basketball court, Kevin Durant is better than LeBron. To you LeBron fans, I'm sorry if you feel otherwise. But Kevin Durant is the best in the world. Period. I don't want to fucking hear anything else. Because I think everybody was waiting for this U.S. men's team to fail. Just because of the roster. You niggas are crazy! You know, JaVale McGee was on the Olympic squad. And I believe he was necessary on the Olympic squad because we ain't had no damn size. So, yeah, shout out to Team USA for bringing home the gold. And also shout out to the women's team for bringing home the gold as well. Now, see, here's the crazy part is that a lot of people like to say that the world has caught up to the United States in basketball. No, the world may have caught up to the men, but the women have been busting ass for the last 7 Olympic gold rounds. This is their 7th straight gold medal. Excellent. So when it comes to basketball, when it comes to the females, the ladies got this on lock. They have got it on lock, stock, and barrel. Ain't nobody seeing them. Ain't nobody seeing the women. Coach Don Staley, who I remember winning the Olympic gold medal with the women's basketball team and the games in Atlanta in '96 when I was a kid. She was the coach now. Do your thing. But you know, one thing I did like after the men won, I love seeing KD boast and talk shit with Draymond Green. For one, it obviously appears that KD and Draymond have gotten over whatever issues they had when they were teammates with Golden State. Shit should have stayed together. But I love seeing KD poke his chest out and say, you know, y'all saying y'all caught up? Y'all saying caught up? This is a whole nother skill level. And I'm happy that I saw Draymond Green call out Kendrick Perkins, because I'm going to tell you, I watch ESPN, I watch FS1. Kendrick Perkins talks so much shit like he was that nigga on the basketball court. And you really were not. Okay, you may have been a defensive enforcer, but bro, You talk about players like you was a 10-time All-Star, and bro, you got a championship ring because Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen came to join you, and really not you, but they came to join Paul Pierce in Boston. Let's not get it twisted now. So I was happy to see Draymond do that because, you know, KD is right, man. There are levels to this, man. There are levels to this. But the Olympics overall, I actually did I did watch, but you know, it was the same two things that I always watch outside of basketball. I always watch track and field, and I always watch the gymnastics, men and female gymnastics, because the control, the body control, and the techniques that they do has always amazed me since I was a kid. Since I was a kid, hell, the '96 Olympic team, Dominique Dawes. Oh, Lord have mercy, Dominique Dawes. If you don't know who the hell I'm talking about, Google her. She is just gorgeous, and she was a badass on that Olympic gymnastic team. And then of course, you know, all of the drama with Simone Biles, man. Look, I had no problem with Simone Biles saying that she wasn't feeling it, because you have got to have your mental on point if you're going to do something like gymnastics. Because if your mental ain't there, you could die. Period. You cannot have your mental and go out and play a basketball game. You can't do that in gymnastics. So anybody that came at Simone Biles sideways, talking about she's weak and this, that, and the third, go fuck yourself. Biatch. Yes, I am being blunt. I am being blunt as hell on that one. Bye, bitch. Because you can't do what she does. Period. You niggas are crazy. She is the greatest ever. I held on to Dominique Dawes as long as I could, but Simone Biles is the GOAT when it comes to Olympic gymnastics, male or female. She is the best ever. And if she says her head won't in a place where she could do it, then deal with it. Just deal with it. It's people are just spoiled. You know, you're so great that you spoil people. And it's crazy, right? Where people who can't do what you do will talk shit about you because you won't go out and do what you have spoiled people into just loving to watch. Simone Biles is that great. And for her to come out cold and then, you know, say, okay, I'm going to compete, and then her to come out cold, not competing pretty much the whole time, and then win a bronze, man, shout out to you. Do your thing, boo. Do your thing, boo. And to these haters, please, nigga, please, get out of here. But I will say this. Rebecca Andrade from Brazil, oh, my Lord, have mercy. Girl, when I tell you I have seen what beauty look like and a badass with that gymnastics. Rebecca Andrade, whoo. I'm sorry, my bad. Google her too. Google her too. But I watched that. I watched the gymnastics and I watched the track and field. So, you know, I would watch it when I would get home from work, and, you know, it's pretty cool. You know, I watched the full gold medal game for the men and the women's basketball. So, you know, like I said before, the last few shows, I would have taken the Olympics the hell out of Tokyo. I might have pushed them back another year. But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. They're done. They were a success. Periodically, as the Olympics started to go, I started seeing actually more people in the stands because they were like nobody was going to be there. Yeah, there are ways around everything. Trust and believe that. For real. Oh, my goodness. But to the next topic. Boy, last Thursday, it was some football on TV, wasn't it? It was some football on TV. The Hall of Fame game between the Steelers and the Cowboys. Now, I'm not going to sit here and go into my anti-Dallas Cowboys stuff because, for one, I watched it. I mean, let's just say I paid attention to it for a time period, and then the rest of the time, it was just on. I was doing other stuff, but the game was just on. You know, I didn't see no Ben. I didn't see Dak. I didn't see Zeke, you know. So, you know, first preseason game, if they had played, it would have probably been for a drive, two at most. But hey, football's back, baby. football is back. The preseason continues this week. Football is back. Okay. So yes. I mean, this is that time of year. It is that time of year. Now, within the next couple of shows, I'm gonna get some of my people on here. Of course, Tony. I'm gonna see if I can get Sean on here, Calvin, David. See if I can get them on here to make their predictions on what they think will be the outcome of this coming up season. Now, we're still going through this COVID thing, and it's still having an effect in sports. Remember, I told you guys how pissed I was that it had to postpone and push back the heavyweight championship of the world fight that was supposed to happen in July between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Hold on for 1 second. Let's see. I'll answer this. I'm going to answer this. Yo. Man, ain't nothing much. I'm actually doing a podcast right now. You on wax. Say what's up.
That was good, man.
Bro, this day, this has been crazy.
Yeah.
How you been, man?
Man, look, so I'm actually in the States right now. I'm in Richmond.
Really?
Yeah. I got here just about 2 weeks ago.
You know what? I saw some pictures of you in Richmond. That's right. You had posted some stuff on Facebook.
So the first week I was here, me and my wife were in D.C. for the most part. Then I came down, and then after the weekend, my mom and two of my kids tested positive, so we've been in the household. So I didn't get to catch up with, I just catching up with everybody on hold. And Mika was one of them. I was gonna go catch up with him, and then I heard this morning. I was like, nah, man, I'm calling this dude's phone, yo, no, no, nah. Yeah, this shit hurt, man. This shit hurt.
Yeah, man, let me tell you, that's how I woke up. I woke up and my sister had texted me. First thing I did, I looked at my phone and she said Chris Meekins passed, and I was like, what? Because I was in the hospital about almost a month ago because I had a stroke. Yeah, and Meek is one of the people who reached out to me, and I was like, bro. So as soon as I read that text message, I went right to his social media page. And I was like, nah, man. Nah.
Just
and,
like that,
dog. Bro, I'm going to send you my podcast when I'm done because I just put out, I put out a message, just pretty much saying what I had posted that, bro, we have got, life promises us nothing. Nothing.
Right.
And that we have got to, for one, we got to get up. Everybody, our whole class, we got to get up. Just to see how everybody's doing and to just pay respects on our fallen comrades, on our fallen soldiers. Because this hurts, man. We came out 20 years ago, but bro, we not old, bro. In the grand scheme of life, we're not old.
No, we not. We shouldn't be losing people like this. No.
Right.
Man, it's honestly, it was 250 people in our class. He was one of the maybe 10 that I keep up with.
Right. Bro.
That was my homie. Me and him hung out in college, while we were in college, after college, while I was in the military. When I come home, we hung out. This hurts.
Yeah.
That was my home.
It definitely hurts. It really does. This is messing with me.
And that's just a personal thing. Let's be real. How many people in our class affected the community like this dude, man? This man been around Henrico County since day one. And he is the entrepreneur of our time, for our class. He ain't the biggest businessman, but God damn it, this dude ain't had a hustle that nobody else around us had.
Facts.
Man, just reading the comments, dude, there's so many people that know him that I don't even know.
Yeah, my sister was telling me that she just, they had just got up for coffee, just a couple of weeks ago. She told me she did the same thing you did. She started calling his phone this morning.
I'm sure it's fun.
Yeah, man. It's like we got to get up, man, because we done lost. You know, for like I said, we '80s babies, man. You know, we done lost, but to like it's Chris Gresham, my cousin Dwayne Washington, Meek, Samantha Griffin. Like it's crazy.
Man, like yo, dude, we almost lost you. Like this shit like real, man. Like people in our age bracket been having cancer. We've been losing people to cancer since we was in middle school. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, it's real, man. Like, yo, we too grown to be like, yo, we distant.
Oh man, facts, man, facts. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Like the signal going.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought, that maybe we had disconnected. Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Because my sister told me that this morning, too. She said, that could have been you a month ago.
No, that shit, I had to turn my Wi-Fi off. Yeah, man. Like, when I heard about you in the hospital, I was like, yo, what? But I'm in Germany I've been in Germany, so it's like, man, it ain't nothing I can do. Like, I can't drop by and see nobody, and then I get home, and I'm like, word, I'm finally here, and then like the house get hit with COVID. I'm like, I know y'all in the States, y'all don't really give a shit. Y'all been out.
Shit, bro, before you called me, I literally, like I said, I'm doing a podcast. I literally was just talking about COVID and how it's affecting sports. And I was saying how pissed that I was that it had literally just had to postpone the heavyweight championship of the world between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. And that's when you called me. Because, like, are you vaccinated?
Yeah, I am. That's the only reason I'm like here so long.
Yeah, I'm vaccinated too. And it's like, you know, for people who don't choose to be vaccinated, look, I don't have nothing against it because it's a personal decision. But if you're not going to be vaccinated, people still got to be responsible.
Still in the house. Nah, so my mom vaccinated and she still tested positive. And she had a fever.
See,
and my kids on it because they're like 8 and under.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, that was our biggest worry. But, like, I wasn't getting the vaccine. I didn't get the vaccine until, like, damn near June.
Well, yeah, I didn't finish. I didn't get mine until May.
I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. Like, I don't need it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to let y'all figure this thing out first. Like, I don't want no superpowers like that. Like, I'm good. I don't want to wake up floating in my damn bedroom.
You see the TikTok thing where people who got the shot, they was putting like a metal piece to it to see if it would stick to your arm? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get mine until May. So, you know, I didn't get mine as soon as it came out now because my thing was, you ain't putting no tracking device in me. I was like, you ain't going to market a beast me.
Well, so me being in the military, like, a lot of people where I work got it early because we fly to, like, Africa, all over Europe, parts of Asia on our airplane. So, like, these dudes got to get vaccinated. So, like, I'm watching these dudes, like, there was a guy at work, he was just sitting there just, like, slumped because he got his second shot. I'm like, bro, you in full Kim gear because we were doing exercise. Speak the fuck up, man. Like, you about to pass out right now. Like, say you can't, say you need to go home. He, like, sitting there about to die from this shot. I'm like, yeah, I ain't getting this shot, man. Y'all crazy.
Yeah, that second shot will sit your ass down. Yeah, because that second shot, bruh, I tried to be macho and take my kids to the park the day I got my second shot. But, like, I was feeling it. It was like somebody had just, like, really had beat me up. Like, I was like, I hope this goes away because I was off the day I had my second shot. And, like, that night, I was like, I hope this goes away because I ain't going to be able to work like this.
Man, we got to the point where we were like, yo, you getting your second shot tomorrow, just take the day off. Like,
yeah, for real. For real. That's what my boss said. Like, yo, if you getting your second shot, let me know so you can be off that day. For real.
Right.
Like, we had one dude come to work the same day he got the second shot. No, he got sent home.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we driving. Like, bro, you can't function like that. You can't function.
You handling people shit. Like, you handling people shit. Fuck around like your whole route gonna be red. Like, yo, what the hell? but see, that's the problem. So, like, the states, y'all what? Y'all shut down from, like, March till mid-May, maybe? Last year. And y'all weren't, like, fully open, but y'all had people out doing shit.
Yeah.
Europe, Germany was like, stay the fuck in the house. Stop you. Which, they don't need no PC. Ain't no, you had a tail light out shit. Like, they stop you just because they want to fucking stop you. And they like, where you going? I'm like, I'm going home. Like, okay. Where you going? Going to work. Okay. You say anything other than homework or the grocery store, your ass getting hit with like thousands of dollars of euro fine. You're going to get hit with like a 3,500 euro fine type shit.
Well, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I wish America had handled it like that. I do.
Right. We're like, all right, well, I'm staying house then. Like, it ain't working. I'm like, good. So, like, my whole mentality is different from everybody in the stateside. I'm like, yo, why the fuck y'all gotta keep going? I'm be on, like, I go on Instagram and I see, like, random friends just here out every week. Somewhere different every week. I'm like, yo, y'all, wow. Like, y'all bugging. Like, I ain't saying you gonna die, but damn, like, you don't even know, like, is your liver gonna last 15 years after catching this thing? Or, like, your lungs gonna, like, you gonna need oxygen for, like, the rest of your life after the age of 35 type shit, you know what I mean? Like, like death was, like, the ultimate fear factor that everyone was afraid of last spring.
Yep.
But then when you realize that 99.9% of people don't die, you still got a fucked up body at the end of the day. It's like, I got friends that say, yo, I can't smell and taste shit right since October. Like, to now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my man was like, yo, I can't drink beer anymore. It's like, none of it tastes anymore at all. Like that shit you just don't want to live with for the rest of your life. You know?
No, you don't.
I ain't trying to get this shit.
No, and to me, like, you know, the vaccine is like, almost like driving a car and making sure you wear your seatbelt. Like, you can still get in an accident, meaning you can still catch the shit, but, you know, your body will be able to fight it off. It's not going to be fatal.
Yo, my mom just turned 70 she turned to 70 this year. And she, you know, high blood pressure, this, that, and the other. Like, she's not need COVID at all. At all. She got the vaccine, which I think is the only reason why she's doing as well as she is. She's pretty much recovered now. But had she not been vaccinated, ain't no telling how bad this would have put her on her ass, man. My mother-in-law caught it back in, like, January. She was out of work for, like, a month. Or at least a month or two. And she, kept having to go back to the ER because, like, her heart rate would go up through the roof. You know what I mean? Like, she wouldn't be doing anything. She'd just be sitting there, and her heart rate would spike, like, almost, like, 50 points.
Good Lord.
So, like, it's like a real thing. Like, it's causing real problems. Like, it ain't just, oh, yeah, you know, it's hard to breathe. Like, no, it's jacking your body up.
Yep.
Some people just don't understand just how serious. Like, yo, these long-term effects, like, you know how they always ask, like, when you go get insurance, they're like, did you smoke ever in your life? And you like, yeah, and they charge you more money. The new thing gonna be, have you ever had COVID? Yeah. Well, here's your new rate. You're gonna pay like 15% more than everybody else.
Yep. So what is your so basically, how do you feel about, like, encouraging people to get the shot, the vaccine?
I don't encourage anybody to get nothing because it depends on your situation. So my kids aren't vaccinated. They can't get vaccinated. So I honestly didn't see the need for me and my wife to get vaccinated because they can still catch it from me. Vaccine doesn't prevent you from catching it. So I'm like, well, we ain't going nowhere anyway, so we don't need it. Like, we can wait until it's not an experimental thing because right now it's experimental. Like, it ain't a guarantee. It ain't like getting a polio shot. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it ain't like getting some of these other vaccines that people cry about getting. Like, yo, it's the reason why the mortality rate is, you know, not as low as it was 50 years ago because we got vaccines. Stop being stupid. Science. But you also got like, you know, people that's like, oh, you need to get vaccinated because blah 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 blah. Like, no, you don't. But if you're gonna be out doing shit, like, it depends on what you do. I wasn't going anywhere, so I was like, I ain't gonna get vaccinated. Then it was like, we wanted to go home in the States, and they were like, well, when you go from the States to Germany, we like 14 days quarantine. Like, shit, I ain't got an extra 14 days of leave to add on to, like, so I can only be there for like 10 days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to be able to travel, so let me just get the shot, because we ain't been home I ain't been home really since 2018.
Yeah.
I ain't been to the States since like 2018. So like, I need to go to the States. My wife and kids they moved the week before Christmas. We moved to Germany. It was cold as shit, so you know, black folks don't go out in the cold like that. So we ended up in the house. We went to Paris like Valentine's Day weekend for like 5 hours. We just drove to Paris. It's like a 5-hour ride. We drove to Paris for like a day. A month later, everything shut down. They've been in the house for like 18 months. And like, they've been in the house. My wife really only been to the grocery store and like the few places we went as a family. Like, it ain't no just go out and enjoy shit, like, for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough, man. Like, I don't tell anyone to get it. I work with people that haven't gotten it because you don't really need it. But if you're gonna be around, you know, places where you at risk of catching it, you might want to rethink it. Like, it ain't like it ain't gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you might just want to rethink it just because. Right.
Because like I said, I see it as a personal decision. Like, I'm vaccinated. I don't think that I'm better than anybody or anything like that. I'm just like, if you're not going to take it, just be responsible. That's my only thing. And there's so many people out here that's not being responsible who have not taken the vaccine.
There's people that's like out here like just like, yo, I'm going to go here and then I'm going to go here and I'm going to go here.
Yeah.
Affected like 800 people.
Yeah, and you have to be because you have to be mindful of everybody you're around because you don't know who they've been around.
But like, I was trying to tell my mom, like, yo, look, stay in your room. Like, I'm like, yo, like, stay in your room. Like, I got it. Just stay in your room. They're like, but I'm fine. Like, I know you fine. I tested negative. I ain't trying to catch this thing. Like, it ain't. I got a real skew, like, real indifferent look on it. So it's like, you know, if you really worried about it, you would shut everything down. Just be honest. It's a contact virus. It's super fucking.
It's airborne.
You know what I'm saying? It's a contact airborne virus. Like,
yeah.
Cough, touch surface, whatever, you got it. Boom. The only way to slow it down is to stop everything.
Yep.
Unless you're gonna stop everything, then the half measures aren't gonna protect shit. Like, yo, you tell everybody to wear a mask. I'm in the military. I'm trained in like chemical warfare. I know what we do to decontaminate from like pathogens and shit that's dropped. So I know wearing a mask ain't doing shit if you've been wearing a mask all fucking week. The same mask.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And
like,
I've been saying that shit.
If anyone has been to a doctor's appointment and you see the doctor walk in the room, wash their hands, put on gloves, examine you, throw the gloves away, wash their hands, and walk out the room, then you should understand that the mask ain't protecting shit if it's got COVID on the outside of it.
Exactly.
However, that's the problem. People think that that's what the mask was for. No, it's not. The mask was to keep your spit molecules in your damn face.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was for. It wasn't meant to like prevent you from catching nothing. It's basically to prevent the amount of saliva people are projecting into the air. That's it. That's it. That's all it does. And the less people are breathing out into the air, the virus, the less people are likely to catch it that manner. It ain't gonna prevent nothing. It's just to slow it down.
Yeah,
people
because
they understand that, like, yo, I gotta wear a mask. Can't be like, yo, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because an airborne virus. Okay, so you're covering your mouth and your nose, but your ears are still open. Your eyes are still open.
Your eyes are open.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, it's.
Yeah.
It gets in your skin through your pores, like whatever. Like,
yeah.
You just don't want to breathe it in because breathing it in will be like one of the fastest ways to actually get it. So, you know, it is what it is. But I mean, like I said, people that don't want to get vaccinated, cool. But don't be out in the streets and then you catch it, and then next thing you know, I just wish I'd get vaccinated. Like, yeah, you're dumb. Like, we told your dumb ass. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And I've been hearing a lot of that. People who refuse to take the vaccine and to be out turning up and whatnot, then they catch it, and they're like, man, I wish I had taken that vaccine.
Everybody's like, you just gonna catch like a bad cold. Like, no, bro, this ain't the flu. Like,
right.
Ask them people that tried to walk to their bathroom last year when they were locked in their house, and they were like, it took me 3 hours to crawl 10 feet across my floor because I couldn't fucking breathe. like, yo, this is not the flu. Michael Jordan, whether it was the flu or food poisoning, he played a whole basketball game drinking fucking Gatorade.
Exactly. Gatorade and water.
Your ass ain't gonna go out there 40% of your lung capacity just cut the fuck off. So.
Well, how long you in the States for, bro?
Man, I'm supposed to. That's the shit that's like messing me up because I'm supposed to leave next week. But my kids, you know, on quarantine for 10 days, which pushes out to like 2 days. So I might have to extend. I don't know, but.
Because I'm on vacation this week. I actually don't go back to work until next Wednesday because I want to get up. I want to holler at you.
I do, and I was gonna like. I really just ain't hit nobody up last week. There's a few people that know I'm here, but like I ain't hit nobody up last week because we've been locked down. Like, well, me and my wife in the house tending to people with COVID. So,
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna be out there like, yo, let's go hang out. Like, nah. Like you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, but they're getting better, which don't mean nothing. They can still, you know, I don't know if I don't have it. I don't know what I got. I ain't been tested in the last couple of days. I got tested a week ago, sitting back last week.
Well, look, let me finish up. Let me finish up this show, and I'm gonna hit you back. I'm gonna hit you back because because I mean, aside from, you know, just being happy that you're here, damn what happened really it's really a punch in the gut.
It is, and that was my homie, man. Like, and honestly, so you saw the post about the reunion, right?
Yeah.
So I ain't got nothing against nobody not fighting. That 10-year reunion, you gotta understand how much effort went into that planning for that event. And it was basically like 15 people that planned, and like I think I pushed it at first, and then like when Nikki and Pam and everybody got into it, Nikki did a lot of stuff because she was in Richmond. I was in Texas at the time, but like I set up like that whole Facebook group that is still fucking there. Everybody's still in it.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? But it's like we did so much planning, and there was some other folks involved. Like Javar was involved in it, and like there was a lot of people that planned it, and motherfuckers ain't show up. I'm like, all right, cool. Y'all wanted 20 years. That's dope. I'll show up. I'm on that status. Like, you know, like you cook for your family and they show up, they eat all your food and they leave your place a mess.
Yeah.
Like, all right, next time I'm coming to your place, and I'm just bringing my appetite. Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? So the effort, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna break my neck. Plus, I'm out of the country, so I ain't gonna be able to show up if we have one this year anyway, unless we had it like right now.
Yeah, and for the 10-year joint, we was late as hell doing something on it.
Nah, bro, we was playing that shit for a minute.
No, I know, but I'm saying when everything kicked off, it kicked off. It was like fall. It was like fall of like 01.
We planned it in the spring, but
yeah.
we ended up solidifying the dates around the homecoming game.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. But like, you know, it was good. It was a good time for people that came out, and it was probably like 30 or 40 people, I think. It was some folks that showed up, you know, and there was a lot of folks that didn't. And I get it. Everybody in life go through shit, so like everybody ain't gonna be like, yo, I'm ready to go see my folks that I went to high school. So, but they also making it a little too complicated. Like, oh, where we gonna meet? Like, yo, did y'all not learn nothing from 2020? It don't take but 10 minutes to set up a fucking Zoom meeting.
Yeah,
Get like 100
that's
people
true.
You can get the whole class in there. Y'all having this conversation in the Facebook comment section. Start up a Zoom chat real quick and just write some shit down. But, you know, like I said, I'm letting everybody take that lead on it. Like Tiffany Garland and Tanisha Green want to hop to it. Go for it. Like, the school ain't going to plan nothing for us. Like, we got to do that shit ourselves.
Yeah, we're going to have to. All right, we're going to have to. Well, you know, Tanisha commented on my post, and you know, she said we gotta get up, and I agree. I said, yeah, it's a must. I mean, everybody's hurt today. Everybody's gonna be hurt for the next few days. But we got to we do got a link. We definitely got a link. But let me finish this up, bro, and then I'm gonna hit you back.
All right, man.
All right, bro.
All right.
Oh man, well that was my homeboy Doug, who I went to school with, you know, known for a very long time. And again, like I said, this is a day that's really hard. This is really a day that's hard for all of us, you know, in the Highland Springs family, because like I said, we lost a brother. So I'm gonna end the segments there. So yeah, man, where the buzzer. I'm definitely glad that he called. You know, I'm definitely glad that he called, and you know, he could give some education and his opinion on the vaccine shot. Because again, like I said, I the way I view it, you know, it's a personal decision. But I think if you are not vaccinated, I think you should definitely tread lightly and tread responsibly. And unfortunately, too many people out there are just wanting to turn up because they think it's over. The shit is not over. The shit is not over, and it's a new virus, Delta variant. I'm sick of all of it. I really am. I am truly, truly, truly sick of all of it. And but you know, everybody has to do their part for this to be over with. I agree with the way he said Germany shut things down. I wish they had did it here in America, but we are the money hungry country. It's who we are. It is, and it's sad at times. But there's something else that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about this. I was thinking about this yesterday, you know, before, you know, the tragedy happened, and that was the latest versus battle that happened last week between Dipset and the Lox. Great day for hip hop. One thing that makes me happy when I see versus battles like that is that I know that my generation of music is truly going to live on forever, top dog, because a lot of the people who were in the limelight back when I was growing up, they are not conceding. They're not giving it up. They're not, no matter, you know, whether their stuff gets played on the radio or not, because a lot of the stuff that gets played on the radio is just straight up garbage, especially when it comes to hip hop. I mean, the Lox and Dipset. Now look, if you a Dipset fan, I mean, and I'm a fan of both, but yo, the Lox did their thing. Jadakiss had the Enter the Dragon glow on him. He was the MVP. Honestly, the Lox's stage presence, and they put on a show. And, you know, Dipset, while they had a lot of bangers, like I'm sitting there watching it, I'm like, damn, Dipset had some bangers. They didn't carry it the way the Lox carried it. They just didn't. Like, the Lox came to a battle rap. Now, I'm glad that I don't know if anybody else has watched, but if you go on YouTube, you see Styles P and Cam, you know, on camera together, you know, giving each other their flowers and stuff like that. Because, you know, a lot of people was like, they thought that they were getting testy to a point where promoters wouldn't want to touch them as far as doing other shows. Man, that shit was what it was. It was a show. You know, they give the people of New York and the Garden what they wanted to see. So when it seemed like it was getting chippy, these are businessmen. You know, when Cam and Jada were going back and forth, I thought it was hilarious. They're businessmen. Won't nobody finna do nothing stupid and mess up their money. You know, these are guys, these are 70s babies who are out there still getting it, and I loved every minute of it. I did. I loved every minute of that battle that versus between the Lox and Dipset. Lox won. Don't make no mistake about it. The Lox won. because they came to put on a show. You know, Dipset, they looked nice. You know, they did. Santana was looking like he was straight out of 2005, but, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, man, oh, my goodness. This has been such a tough day. I hadn't done a show in, like I said, almost 2 weeks, and I had to. But definitely, oh, my goodness. Rest easy to my friend Chris Meekins. Holland Springs, stand up. Salute this man. We have got to get up to let everybody know that we love each other, that we care, and, you know, pay tribute to our fallen classmates. Not just Chris, but Chris Gresham, my cousin Dwayne Washington, Sam Griffin. I love you guys, man. I do. I love everybody. And this has been another episode of Sports Plus Life. Any questions, comments, or concerns, definitely leave a comment in the comment box. Definitely hit that like button. Shout out to my boy Doug Johnson, who hit me up during the show. Definitely appreciate it. Love you, bro. And I am. As soon as I get done, as soon as I have this thing uploading, I'm going to hit him back. But I'm out here, man. Yeah, you might see me again this week because, again, I'm on vacation. I don't have to go back to work until next Wednesday. So I'll holler at you guys. Peace.